morning friends. Once again we are together to learn Math Second. Chapter number 3, Triangles. Today we are going to learn congruence of triangles. Now for this purpose I have brought two triangles for you. So these are the two triangles. Triangle ABC and here is triangle PQR. Okay. If you observe these both the triangles, you will find that they are different in size, correct? And if I keep this triangle PQR on triangle ABC, then we can see here that their angles does not fit over each other. See this? All the three angles they does not fit over each other, or their sides also does not fit over each other. But suppose if you see the one more triangle, that is triangle ABC, like this. This is triangle ABC. If I keep this triangle PQR or triangle ABC over this triangle PQR, then you can see here that their angles are exactly fitting over each other. Here also these angles, three angles are exactly fitting over each other, and three sides are also exactly fitting over each other. So here we can say that both the triangles, as they are fitting over each other when they are kept on each other, their angles match with each other, their sides are matching with each other. So these angles are said to be congruent triangles. But these two triangles are there. These two triangles will not fit on each other. Therefore, they are not congruent triangles. So for two triangles to be congruent, what is the necessary condition for any two triangles to be congruent with each other? The condition is that all three angles should be congruent to each other, as well as their all three sides also should be congruent to each other. But if I keep now here this triangle like this way, if I try to keep angle P on angle P and try to fit, then it will not be fitting over angle B. Angle P will not fit on angle B. Okay. In that case, now we will say that the angle is not congruent. So both the triangles, whether they are congruent or not. So if the angles are not congruent like this way, it means that there is the condition for angle P to keep on angle A, angle R is to be kept on C, and angle Q should be kept on B, like this way. Okay, so if you keep in this way, in such a way, then only there will be the fitting of the triangle over each other. Every angle will match, every side will match, and both the triangles will be said to be congruent. Okay, so this is called as one-to-one correspondence. A corresponds to P, then here C corresponds to R, and here we can say B corresponds to Q. If we keep these triangles over each other in this correspondence, then only the triangles are matching over each other. It means for a particular correspondence only we can say that both the triangles are congruent to each other or not. So with a particular correspondence, we get 6 equations of congruent triangles. 6 equations are 3 angles congruent to each other, corresponding 3 angles of both the triangles are congruent to each other, as well as corresponding pair of 3 sides are congruent to each other. So let's write this pairs of 3 angles and pairs of 3 sides in one-to-one correspondence of this triangle. Okay. So while examining whether the triangles are congruent or not, we have to arrange this vertices of the triangle in a particular sequence, and this sequence is called as one-to-one correspondence. Like A vertex and P vertex should be kept on each other. Okay, then like that, if you are keeping triangle PQR on ABC, if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, then the specific order will be A, P, angle A and angle P, angle C and angle R, and angle B and angle Q. This is called as one-to-one correspondence. In this one-to-one correspondence only, the triangles can be congruent to each other. And so, when we arrange the triangles in one-to-one correspondence of their vertices, we get 6 equations when the two triangles are congruent to each other. These 6 equations are 3 angles and 3 equations of sides. Now here we can see angle A is congruent to angle P, angle R is congruent to angle C, and angle B is congruent to angle Q. So we can write this 6 equation. Angle A is congruent to angle P, angle P is congruent to angle Q, and angle C is congruent to angle R. These are the 3 equations regarding angles. Then sides. We can see here side AB congruent to side PQ. So one will write side AB congruent to side PQ. The second one will write side AC congruent to side PR. Side AC congruent to side PR. And the third one is there, that is side QR congruent to BC. So side BC congruent to side QR. Now in this 3 equations of the angles and 3 equations of the sides, if these 3 angles are congruent, 3 equations for the angles which are given, they are true, and 3 sides equations which are there, they are true, then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. And if the question is there that every time will we go for correcting or checking this all the angles, here also all the sides, means all the 6 equations we have to examine when we say whether the one triangle is congruent to other or not. So answer is no, we need not go for checking all the 3 angles and all the 3 sides. Any 3 specific conditions of these 6 elements, 3 angles and 3 sides of one triangle, and similar condition for the other triangle we can check, and then we can decide whether one triangle is congruent to other triangle or not. So this checking of the specific conditions of one triangle with the other triangle, including any 3 elements, that is only the specific condition, this is called as test of congruence of the triangle. So we'll see now the test of congruence of the triangles. There are 4 tests of congruence of triangles. So let's see the test. Let's see the first test of congruence of the triangle. In a correspondence, if 2 angles and their included side of one triangle is equal to the measure of 2 angles and the included side of those 2 angles, then these 2 triangles are said to be congruent by the test, that is angle side angle test. So it is also shortly referred as ASA test. Here we have to keep in mind 2 angles and included side of one triangle are congruent to corresponding 2 angles and the included side. The second test of congruence of the triangle is side angle side test. Shortly it is referred as SAS test. What is the test? Here identical marks are done in the triangle, here and here also. It means the sides are congruent or the angles are congruent. Now here we can see that the 2 sides, here 2 sides and their included angle of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding 2 sides and the included angle. Then both the triangles are said to be congruent by SAS test. Here in this figure, side AB congruent to side PQ, angle B congruent to angle Q, side BC congruent to side QR. So these two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR, are congruent by SAS test. Similarly here, side AB congruent to side PQ, angle A is congruent to angle P, angle P is congruent to angle C. So we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. The third test of congruence of the triangle is hypotenuse side test, and this is applicable mainly for right angle triangles. Now what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the side opposite to right angle. Here also the hypotenuse is the side opposite to right angle, as you know this. Now what is the meaning of hypotenuse side test? That here the hypotenuse of both the triangles in a particular correspondence, the hypotenuse of both the triangles and the corresponding sides, like side PQ congruent to side XY. If side AQR is there congruent to YZ, that's also okay. So out of these two sides, any one side, corresponding side. So hypotenuse in a correspondence, hypotenuse of a triangle and one of the side is congruent to corresponding hypotenuse and the side of other triangle, then both the triangles are said to be congruent by hypotenuse side test. Now here, the fourth test of congruence of the triangle is side, side, side. From the test itself, it's very clear. Side, side, side test means what? All the three sides are congruent to each other. So let's see here, side LM congruent to side PQ, side MN congruent to side QR, side LN congruent to side PR. So we can say that all the three in a correspondence, all the three sides of one triangle are congruent to all the three sides, corresponding sides of the other triangle. Then both the triangles are said to be congruent by SSS test. And here it's very wonderful to know that when we check these three elements according to the four tests, any three elements when we check here, so it is found that the remaining parts of the triangles are there, they are automatically congruent to each other, because by this test the triangles are congruent to each other. For example, if the three sides of this triangle element are congruent to corresponding three sides of triangle PQR, then we can find here that the three angles of this triangle element are congruent to corresponding three angles of triangle PQR, and therefore we need not to go for checking all the six elements of the triangle to find whether the given two triangles are congruent or not. So these are the tests of congruence of the triangle. Let's see some questions depending on this test of congruence of the triangles. So practice set 3.2 will start. In that, first question is there, state the test by which the given triangles are congruent. So here figure of the triangle and marking of the parts which are congruent, that is given. From that you have to identify what is the test of congruence of the triangles. So here first example if we see, then you can observe here side AB congruent to side PQ, side AC congruent to side PR, side BC congruent to side QR. So all three sides of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding three sides of the other triangle. Therefore, this triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by SSS test. So we can write here SSS test. Second example, we can see here two sides are congruent. Side XY congruent to LM, YZ congruent to MN, and their included angle Y and here included angle M, they are congruent. Therefore, we can say that both the triangles are congruent by SAS, that is side angle side test. Now let's see the third example here. Triangle PQR and triangle STU. If you observe here the equal markings, then we can see here identical markings can show us, that is angle P is congruent to angle S, angle R is congruent to angle U, and their included side, that is side PR, is congruent to side SU. Therefore, we can say that triangle PQR is congruent to triangle STU by angle side angle. Angle side angle, that is ASA test. Then here if you see, we can observe here that both of these are right angle triangles where hypotenuse LN is congruent to hypotenuse PR, side LM is congruent to side PG. Therefore, both of these triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. So we can write here hypotenuse side test. Like this way, by seeing the identical markings, we can identify whether the triangles are congruent and by which stage they are congruent. Now let's see the third example, which is given in practice set 3.2. That is, state the test assuring the congruence of triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Write the remaining congruent parts of the triangle. Figure is given. Identical marks are also given here. Triangle ABC and PQR. In that triangle, hypotenuse BC, or we can say here hypotenuse CP. The correspondence you have to keep in mind while you write the name of the angles or name of the sides. So here if you are writing BC, here also you write PR. Now here hypotenuse BC is congruent to hypotenuse PR. Then side AB congruent to side QP. Therefore, these both the triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. And remaining congruent parts we have to write. That is, remaining congruent parts are side AC congruent to side QR. So, the reason for this is that they are the corresponding sides of congruent triangles. So, we'll write the reason in short, corresponding side of congruent triangles. Now here next two angles are remaining, that is angle ACB. Angle ACB congruent to angle QRP and angle ABC congruent to angle QPR. These both remaining parts of both of the triangle are also congruent by corresponding angles of congruent triangle. That is the reason both of these pair of the angles are also congruent. Okay. Now let's see the fourth example. Fourth example also figure is given, and I have not written here question. In the figure they are given that after drawing the figure, it is given in the textbook that side LN congruent to side PN and side LN is congruent to side PN. From this given information and the figure identical marks, you have to find out the test of congruence of both the triangles, and also you have to write the remaining congruent parts. So let's see how can we write it. In triangle LMN and triangle PNN. Now these two triangles are there, left side triangle and this is the right side triangle. Now in this triangle we can see side LN as it is given, side LN congruent to side PM. So we'll write here side PM. Then side LM congruent to side PN, which is given thing. So we'll write here reason given. Okay. Then here third element we have to find out. The third element here is the common side of both the triangle, that is side MN. So we'll write here side MN congruent to side MN, and the reason behind that is common side. So like that way we will get the three elements, which are three elements of one triangle are congruent to three elements of the corresponding three elements of the other triangle. Therefore, both of these triangles are congruent by, as all the three elements are side, we'll write here the test, that is SSS test. Now after that remaining congruent parts we have to write. So we can see here remaining congruent part, that is angle L congruent to angle P. Here we can write one letter name of the angle because no other angle is L or no other angle is P. So angle L congruent to angle P. Simultaneously we'll write this angle, that is angle LMN congruent to angle PNM. So this angle. So that is LMN congruent to PNM. And the remaining angle is this triangle LMN. In that triangle, this angle, that is angle LNM. LNM congruent to the angle, that is this angle of the triangle PNN, that is the angle PMN. So LNM congruent to PMN. And what is the reason we have to write here for all these three remaining congruent parts? That is corresponding angles of congruent triangles. So like that way we can take the help of the test of congruency and we can prove that two triangles are congruent, and as well as we can write the remaining congruent parts also. I hope you have understood these examples. Now this is the fifth question, in which it is given segment AB congruent to segment BC. In the figure it is given the identical marks. Segment AD congruent to segment CD. And it is asked to prove that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. Now in this, two parts of the triangle are already given, they are congruent. Third part we have to find out. Third part easily we can see here, that is the common side BD. So along with this is the given thing. Along with this, if we write there the third congruent part, that is side BD congruent to side BD, and reason common side of both the triangle, then we can write here triangle ABD congruent to triangle CBD by SSS test, that is side test.